Boys and girls, let's remember what we did yesterday, okay? I want to give you a lot of time to work. We got f of a plus h minus f of a all over h. So if my function is 3x squared, you don't have to write this down, but I just want to refresh your memory. What is f of a plus h? 3 times a plus h, that quantity squared. What's f of a? 3a squared. So as you write this all out, we have 3 times a plus h, that quantity squared, minus 3a squared, all over h. We talked about it that you know you're done when you're able to cancel the h on the bottom. So when you multiply this out, we get a squared times 3 is 3a squared. What do you get in the middle? So 6ah plus 3h squared minus 3a squared all over h. If they don't have an h, they should cancel. So cancel and cancel. Does everything else have an h? Divide it out, you get 6a plus 3. Remember what we did? Okay, so that's what we're going to practice today. We have 3 problems to do, and then you're going to have your worksheet, okay? Today's a little bit different. You're going to learn a very important skill that you're going to use for the rest of your career in mathematics. It's one you haven't done yet, but it's critical that you learn it. K of x is 2 over x plus 3. We're going to plug in a plus h. So f of a plus h is what? A plus h plus 3. Good. And f of a, 2 over a plus 3. I'm just renaming the function and call it f because I just should have left them all f. All right. So now we take these two, subtract each other, and I divide it by h. So 2 over a plus h plus 3 minus 2 over a plus 3 all over h. I have a complex fraction. Do you remember we spent time on this at the beginning of the year? How do we simplify complex fractions? We have to create common denominators. We got to make one fraction in the numerator, one fraction in the denominator, then we will multiply by the reciprocal. But I have to start by making one fraction. So common denominators will be a plus h plus 3 and a plus h plus 3. Then a plus 3 and a plus 3. See how some people might want to just multiply this side by h? See that temptation? They say it's missing an h, so I'm just going to multiply by an h. No. Gotta do the whole stinking thing. All right. So now we distribute. What do I get in the numerator? 2a plus 6 minus thank you. A plus 3 times a plus h plus 3 all over h over 1. What cancels? Negative 2a and positive 2a. Positive 6 and negative 6. Instead of dividing by h over 1, I should multiply by. What's going to cancel there? The h will cancel, leaving you with what in the numerator? Negative 2, right? A plus 3 times a plus h plus 3. Now, my good friend Kayla. You guys know Kayla? Say hi, Kayla. Okay, so Kayla talked to me a little bit about just next year, testing into the right course. I want you to understand that what we're covering right now is, like I said yesterday, the foundations for what you're going to use in calculus. So this will make it much more comfortable when you start taking your calculus class next year. You'll feel like you've done that, and some other kids probably haven't. So this isn't something that we're required to cover. We're spending an extra day on it because it'll be useful to you, and for me it'll save me time next year with those of you who have me for class. So all right, this one. This is a little bit new. We got a square root. Okay, causes a lot of problems. F of a plus h will be the square root of a plus h plus 5. And f of a is the square root of a plus 5. So you can see you're not going to square anything. You see you're not going to get a complex fraction. We end up with another issue. I want to divide that h out on the bottom, right? But there's no h's available. They're all sitting under the square root sign. I mean, I got to get it out of the square root in order to get it to divide off. And it's not like you just take it out. Make it worse, there's some plus signs in there. Oh, no. Like, what do we do? Well, any people taking Spanish in here? Okay, good for you. So, what does it mean when you conjugate a verb? Yeah, you change the ending, right? You change the ending. So, let's see. Let me try. Hablo, right? Uh, hables? No. Hablas. Hablan. Hablar. That's a verb. All right. Is there is there uh is there something they call the infinitive form? They do. Is that hablar? What is it? You know? Okay. All right. It's been a while. All right. So great. All right. So you change the ending. Okay. I want to show you how wonderful this is, and it's my thought that mathematics probably invented every language because we conjugate things in mathematics as well. Let me show you. If I have x plus 5, I can conjugate that. I'm going to multiply it by the conjugate. The conjugate is the same thing, but I change the ending. Instead of a plus 5, I write a minus 5. And watch what happens here. X times x is x squared, and then I get a plus 5x and a minus 5x, and I get a minus 25 on the end. And you know that the middle simply cancel. It's a wonderful approach to get things to square and cancel things in the middle. You see that? Squared, squared, middles, gone. Well, isn't that what we want? We want to square this, to square that, and have the middle be gone. So what I do is I multiply it by the conjugate. Well, it's pretty cool because it's like, who would have thought that, right? And it's like, oh, you just sit around one day. Oh, I guess I'm going to multiply by a plus h plus 5 plus the square root of a plus 5 all over the square root of a plus h plus 5 plus the square root of a plus 5. I mean, that just looks like you're just making it a lot worse, doesn't it? But you're not. This works. And coming up with these ways to work through these difficult problems is challenging. But fortunately, somebody came up with it for us, and so we'll make use of it. Now, why can I multiply by this red thing? What is the value of this red thing? It's 1. And we know what's going to happen. The reason why it's the conjugate is this minus sign is changed to plus. Otherwise, it's the exact same expression. So I have the square root of a plus h plus 5 times the square root of a plus h plus 5, and I get a plus h plus 5. Minus the square root of a plus 5 times the square root of a plus 5 will give me the quantity a plus 5. I didn't write the middles down, did I? I would have like negative square root of a plus 5 times the square root of a plus h plus 5, and then I would do the positive, but those cancel. That's why I could just write it like that. All over h times the quantity square root of a plus h plus 5 plus the square root of a plus 5. I know you're still thinking, okay, it still looks bad. Well, do you see what's going to happen? What happens? Yep, the A's cancel because that's a positive A and a negative A, and it's a positive 5, and it will be a negative 5 when you distribute it. And so you're left with just H in the numerator. So everything that didn't have an H canceled. An H is left, and H over H makes 1. Awesome. Now, the denominator isn't the prettiest thing in the world, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And the fact is that our H is gone, which is what we really wanted to begin with, right? So you see that? Kind of a nice trick, huh? We're going to use that conjugate thing for, years. I mean, we're going to use it a lot. Okay? All right, last one, then you can have your worksheet. All right, a little trickier. Got subtraction, got a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Oh, boy. All right, so f of a plus h. What is it? Yeah, I'm going to distribute that 2 through. I'm going to have a minus 2a and a minus 2h. You okay with that? All right. What's f of a? Now I'm going to take f of a plus h minus f of a all over h. 4 roots of 3 minus 2a minus 2h minus 4 times the root of 3 minus 2a all over h. Ugh. I mean, you got to stop and appreciate it for a while, folks. Look, we need that h to go away, and the only other h is sitting right here. How are you going to make that happen? Thank goodness somebody thought of the conjugate. If I want to multiply by the conjugate, the only thing that changes is the sign on the end term. So it's this that changes to plus. Everything else stays the same. So 4 roots of 3 minus 2a minus 2h minus 4 roots of what plus? Thank you. Guess we could threaten you. If you don't change it right, we could cut a finger off. It's too much like last year's. See, I don't operate like that. She operates with death and blood and hurting people. I operate with love. Love. Yeah. Yeah. Shut you. All right. A plus. Way to go. All right, here we go. Let's multiply it. All right, now I got this 4. Well, we got to multiply 4s. 4 times 4? 16. And the root of 3 minus 2a minus 2h times the root of 3 minus 2a minus 2h. What's going to happen to the middles? They'll cancel because you got a positive and you got a negative. So now I'll multiply the endings. Negative 4 times positive 4. And root of 3 minus 2a times root of 3 minus 2a. H times the quantity, 4 roots of 3 minus 2a minus 2h. 4 roots of 3 minus 2a. Oh boy. It's like we got some work to do in our numerator, huh? All right, multiply it out. Let's just do it. What do you get? Okay, but we gotta like see. 48, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Awesome. What cancels? What's the only thing left in the numerator? Is that going to divide off? Yes. So I have negative 32 over. What? Let's divide this off. What is everything divisible by now? Yeah, 4. So that'll be negative 8 over the root of 3 minus 2a minus 2h. What's the root of 3 minus 2a? Done and done. Kind of involved, huh? Better than that. Got it? Worksheet time.